A huge issue in this hearing has been the egregious lack of accountability of the CFPB and the lack of clarity and poor process that has been followed in your rulemaking and enforcement processes. What is your understanding of the Administrative Procedure Act?
Well, the Administrative Procedure Act has a lot of different provisions. It touches everything from citizens' ability to petition their government. It also covers
let's not waste time.
I think you're talking about
what is your understanding of the Administrative Procedure Act with respect to your job duties and how you rulemaking?
Absolutely. So it requires that the decisions not be arbitrary and capricious. For rulemakings, legislative rulemakings, it requires a notice and comment period. It requires a response, a consideration of those comments, a proposed rule, and a final rule, and all of those rules are subject to court review under that standard.
And how should that rulemaking process be followed? How should the notice and comment period operate?
Well, based on the other relevant statutes that apply, there is a period for which you publish the notice in the Federal Register. There's a comment period, 30, 60, whatever have you. After that time, comments need to be considered. In any final rule, we analyze the comments, and actually substantial parts of the final rule discuss those and explain where there were changes made from the proposal to the final. There's other parts of the APA as well, but again, we're subject to quite a bit of review on that.
And where in the APA does it talk about being able to rule-make through blog posts and speeches?
It doesn't, and the concept of rulemaking through blog posts, I don't know where that term came from, but when we issue a blog post, we got feedback from various industry associations. They wanted more information about what the CFPB was doing, to have more notice, to understand specifics about programs. So
right, but you seemingly are using these blog posts to issue more information, thereby issuing more rules, correct?
No, those aren't rules. I mean, rules have to go through, as you're suggesting, the Administrative Procedure Act. There's not...
Right, so then why are you using blog posts and/or giving speeches talking about what the industry should be doing if you're not following the exact rulemaking process?
So blog posts is something that we put on our website for information for consumers and the public. Those are not rules. Statutes and regulations codified in the Code of Federal Regulations is what creates obligations. Again, we received input from entities like the Consumer Bankers Association, who asked us to continue what my predecessor, appointed by President Trump, on issuing advisory opinions, informal guidance. That's what we've continued. So I'm getting two different conflicting messages about we're trying to be transparent and open. Those blog posts for the consumers and the public are not rules and not creating new obligations.
Okay, so that we're all clear, your blog posts do not have the weight of law and nobody should follow them? Is that what you're saying?
No one has suggested, I think, that blog posts are rules. So again, we have tried to provide guidance, other of advisory opinions, very consistent with my predecessor and also what almost every other agency does. There has been a request for more of it over the years so that you don't need lawyers as much. You have more plain language support. This seems like something that is a good government.
Okay, so going forward, we all agree you'll be using the Administrative Procedure Act for rulemaking.
Well,
you won't be using blog posts or speeches to put any obligations on anybody within the industry going.
There has been no blog post that created a new obligation on the industry.
Good. Okay, great. We're in agreement. Do you agree that you will commit to publicly releasing all of the facts and data that are used to support your decisions during the rulemaking and enforcement process? So far, there's been numerous requests by this committee.
The gentleman's time has expired.